my people. Hey, welcome back to the Mic Council. Every Sunday at 8 p.m., we take over your YouTube channel to give y'all the best when it comes to hip-hop media. I am one of your three hosts, Karev of Heritage Hip-Hop, with my mans.
DJ Kawon, and I'm back fresh off vacation. What's good, fellas?
You already know who it is. My name's C, aka Mr. Hello, aka Mr. Outside. We back again with another episode of Mic Council every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tap in. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing?
I'm good, and we are sponsored today by our damn selves. Thank you for joining us on this show, because this show will not be possible without you. So the Mic Council is not just us three, it's also you. So make sure you like, subscribe, all three channels, Heritage Hip-Hop, DJ Kawon, and The Hello Effect, and join the conversation. Because this is a community platform, be a part of the conversation. Whatever you say in the chat, we're going to address on the show and make you a part of the show, and we thank you for your time. Before we go into the topics today, DJ Kawon was out and about, and he had a great vacation, and I wanted him to share that with you. Kawon, tell the people about what you experienced this past week.
Absolutely. And before I do that, man, I just want to give my condolences and big RIP to my brother, Arie, Far Rockaway, New York legend, man. One of the biggest promoters, entertainers out there in Far Rock, just passed away last week. When I was out there, I got the news. Cool brother, man, legend, OG, who put on a lot of people in Far Rockaway. Kind of helped bring Father MC back musically here a few years ago. He connected me with him to host a mixtape that I put out a couple years ago. Same thing, connected MC Search, who's a Far Rockaway guy with a lot of new artists out there in Rockaway. And I was helping Eddie get his radio station off the ground years ago, and he got that thing up and running and was on iHeartMedia and all that stuff. So big loss for Far Rockaway, man. He was a legend out there. You know, condolences to his kids, man. And I know they got to visit him and surprise him for Father's Day a couple of weeks ago. So it's dope that he had that moment with them. But, you know, shout out to Eddie OJ, man. Your name lives on, and Far Rockaway lost a real one. So I don't want to start it off on a somber moment, but I had to do that. Outside of that, man, yeah, went to the West Coast. Me and wifey went to the Roots picnic experience, man. Dope experience, man. They had it at the Hollywood Bowl out there. It's one of those amphitheater type venues where the arena was an open air arena, dug deep into the mountains, so the sound travels. So the Roots got to, play for everybody that performed. Nas was the headliner. T.I. was there. Bun B. AZ came out and got to do Life's a Bitch with Nas, which is pretty dope. Talib Kweli came out for De La Soul and do a record with them. And Roots did their thing, and it was a dope experience, man. I know it's an annual event, so me and wife are already committed to going back again next year. We enjoyed ourselves at that, and it showed me that hip hop is really bigger than what we think it is, man. Just the people that was in that arena, it was such a cornucopia of people, man. It was literally the Rainbow Coalition. There was soccer moms in there. There was OGs. There was attorney types, doctor types. There was, people our age, and everybody had a good time. Everybody got along. Everybody was rapping the songs verse for verse, just enjoying themselves. And that was the beautiful thing about it, man. Just seeing people of all colors come together and just enjoy hip hop, in its purest form and participate, you know what I'm saying? So it helped me appreciate it even more. It makes me realize that, for where I stay at now, it's not really a hip hop city. You know what I'm saying? In Dallas, it's like, so you kind of got to travel sometimes to see some good shows and enjoy yourself. So that's something that I'm going to start doing more of here on out. Also got to go to the legendary VIP Records in Long Beach, man. If for those who may not be familiar, if you watched the old early Death Row records, Snoop did the What's My Name video. He was on the rooftop of that record shop, and I got to meet the owner. The owner and his son were there, and they gave us a really dope dime tour and history lesson. So shout out to Mr. Kelvin Anderson Sr. and the Kelvin Anderson Jr. They run the day-to-day operations now, man, and they gave us a dime tour. He got to show me. They got a new studio that was built out that was donated to them. They're building out a podcast spot out there. And he really broke down VIP Records' history and legacy and West Coast hip hop, about all the artists who came through over the years to kind of come to them from guidance and help them get their music played. And he was instrumental in Bone Thugs and Harmony getting play out there, and he was instrumental in the Loonies getting play. And they sat in a lot of those boardroom meetings with a lot of those labels out there to kind of help advocate for the artists out there in the West Coast, so the label knows how to move them and how to present them to the public outside of California. So it was a dope experience, man. I talked with the son for a while, and we connected about some business stuff that they're trying to connect a lot of artists, indie artists. That's all they care about the majors, but their passion is the indie artists and to get the indie artists ready. So we're gonna have some conversations soon on how that's gonna look and how we can help contribute to that, how we can connect with them, build like a little network, between us and them, and build a nice little bridge, man. And it was a dope experience. Cali is dope. You know what I mean? It was dope to see my wife in her element, around her family and her old stomping grounds, and got to hit the Slauson swap meet and stuff like that, and just really enjoy the West Coast and not have any worries. Got to go to San Diego and watch a Dodgers and Padres game. And we released Boom Bap Alumni last week too, man. So it was a real busy week last week. You know what I mean?
See, you want to tell everybody about your life? What's up?
No, that was dope. That was dope, man. And just listening to you tell us that, I never been to Cali. I plan to go because I do want to bring my business out there, because that's a market that a lot of people sleep on. And as much as we need the West Coast need us. You know what I mean? So that's great that you out there on vacation and still building connections. I mean, that God did that. So congratulations to that you got to enjoy, you know what I mean, your B-Day with wifey and family. And rest in peace to, that brother that you lost. You know what I mean?
OJ. Yeah, shout out to Eddie OJ, man.
For sure. So my life last week was pretty much simple. My usually day-to-day. I didn't go to Wednesdays because it was a light night. But then when I don't go, it's like I always miss something, because you never know who's gonna pop up. Even though they don't have people confirmed, people pop up. Corey Guns came. I missed out on him. I'd have loved to interview him. I got a lot of stuff to talk to him about. You know what I mean? Especially Young Money. He's still repping it. So I want to know what's the situation. Nobody really talking about it and other things. But I was able to catch up on a lot of stuff though. You know what I mean? That I didn't go. You know what I mean? Backlog, because I got a crazy backlog. So I was able to catch up with that. I got interviews already scheduled up until the 14th. I drop an interview every day at 9 a.m. on my YouTube. So if anybody that support what we doing collectively, if you subscribe to my channel, just know every day at 9 a.m. you will have a fresh new interview. It could be an indie artist, it could be a celebrity, it could be anybody, politician, whoever, business owner, whatever. And I got something else dropping at 6 p.m. You know what I mean? Something simple. But other than that, I just been focusing on getting ready for July 19, which is the Hello Effect Experience Part 3. Anybody that know anybody that's looking for a place to be seen and heard by real people, tap in. That ain't the only event I got. I got a bunch of other events that I'm gonna do, but I ain't gonna bore everybody with all the stuff that I got going on. To sum it up, I just been staying low. Like, it been a heat wave, crazy, because I was supposed to attend another Wawa event they was having for Black Music Month. It was gonna be Queen Latifah. I got accepted to go to it, be media. She's from Jersey. I never met her, even though I probably would never ever talk to her just to see her. I never seen her in person perform. It wound up being canceled though, because that's how hot it was in Philly. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I got accepted to be media at the parade. That shit had got canceled because how hot it was. It was something else. Jill Scott, she was out there. Philly was popping. I ain't gonna hold you. I'd rather be in Philly than the city. The city, they was wilding in the city. It was a bunch of stuff that I seen. Coney Island, they had a shooting yesterday on 4th of July. Like, I was just telling a friend, I'm like, yo, like, New York, they came together when the Knicks won for a basketball game. So that showed me y'all could come together. Why y'all still doing this silly shit? Like, you understand what I'm saying? I understand people gonna be people, but it's like, yo, it's hot outside. If you aggravated by being hot, keep your funky ass in the house. Respectfully, people want to go outside and enjoy themselves, be with family and peace, yo. We tired of that shit. You know what I mean? But other than that, I just been low key, man. Just trying to focus and just continue to be consistent. That's the most important thing, especially when you're in media, man. If you're not ready to get what all this shit comes with, don't be in it, yo, because you ain't gonna be able to keep up. I'm telling you, it's a lot of work, especially when it comes to editing. First of all, you gotta get the people, you gotta get the interviews of the content, then you gotta bring that shit back home. Hopefully the quality of the sound good. Hopefully the picture look good. Because sometimes shit happen in the field. You know what I mean? It's out of your control. But if you ain't ready to do all this shit, you gonna be fucking where's Waldo? If you understand what I mean when it comes to this media shit. You gotta be able to stand out. But that's all I got. What about you?
Me myself, the highlight of my week, always just checking in with my folks. I had my 250th episode of the Heritage Hip-Hop podcast. Salute to Rob Spaz. You know, we had a nice conversation about being spiritual and the dichotomy of music. Music can heal and music can harm. So we talked about that a little bit. I'm still supporting the Knicks championship, watching all the YouTube things I could watch. And keeping it real with y'all, I've been changing my website. My website is getting refreshed. I'm doing it myself because I tried to pay people to do it and they ain't want to, so I'll do it myself. So I'm Heritage Hip Hop after the award show will be refreshed. You will see a brand new website. You will see a whole lot of things brand new, especially when it comes to my services on SEO, GEO, and YouTube artist optimization. So all y'all artists that have pages, if your videos and stuff aren't done a certain way, guess what? You're not searchable. And I know how to make you searchable. So I'm working on all that. And most importantly, I'm working on connecting more with my brothers and making sure the Mike Council, Heritage Hip Hop, DJ Kawon, and the Hello Effect is out there. So if you ever follow my page, you'll see it. I'm putting it out there. And also this week coming up, I'm getting ready to do some events. Yes, y'all, I'm outside doing events. I'm hosting an album party for Lao Omalao, Destroy All Demons, July 16th. So y'all in Jersey, y'all want to come out? I'll send y'all the information and we could talk about what's going on with our different artists, and we're getting ready for the Heritage Hip Hop Awards as well. So without further ado, let's start the show. On today's show, we're going to spin that shit. We're going to talk about it. We got Young Miami right now with a new song. It's very catchy and it's fire to people who like catchy music. Spin that, right? But if you've seen the controversy behind it, the controversy behind it is at the time that the song came out and what's been going on in the media, it's that influential song and rhythm has children singing it at a high clip. India Arie came out and talked about how we have to be more responsible with our music. She did the Nina Simone argument. And people have got on Nina Simone about her take on music, as well now people jumping on India Arie about her take on music. And her quote was, "Not everybody cares with a capital C to be free." So in light of Young Miami song, Kawon and Seek, I ask you two gentlemen, are we out of line with critiquing Young Miami the way we are, or is there a more foul play in going on when it comes to this song and our community?
Can I go first? Because I got a lot to unfold, and I just want to get it all out of my chest. You know what I mean? Why I could think about it. Like first and foremost, you know what I mean? Me being an artist and entertainment, I understand what entertainment is, and I understand being a writer and creating art. Like you understand, sometimes you just trying to paint a picture with your art. You know what I mean? And sometimes people just going for a money grab. Like you understand what I'm saying? So when it comes to critiquing art, I'm all for it. We supposed to give constructive criticism. You know what I mean? No matter if it's good, bad, okay. We all gonna have an opinion. That's what people put out shit for people to give opinions. Like you understand what I'm saying? And another thing is Miami, if you've been following her since she first came in the game and stuff like that, you will understand what type of person she is. And more recently, her messing with Diddy. Like you understand what I'm saying? And the stuff that she do, I follow all that type of stuff. Like you understand what I'm saying? One of her baby fathers is my man from 808 Mafia. I can't think of his name right now, but the dude that make all the beats. He the main person. He rap too. That's when I be fight. He ain't with her. They had the kid, was over. So she got a lot of shit that's going on with her. So she don't really care what people think. You know what I mean? Because she old enough to know, and she got children. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, she old enough to know the stuff she putting out here. But at the end of the day, these people are money grabbers. They just want the money. They don't care if they're gonna continue to poison us. And then another take I think about also, a lot of people that's critiquing is the people that's in our age. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And we come from that golden era of hip hop, and we grown as adults. And some of us don't think the same way. Like, you understand what I'm saying? A lot of us don't have arrested development where we stuck thinking like a kid. Like, you understand? We moved on as adults and we understand. And don't get me wrong, I still enjoy some of that rah-rah stuff, but there's a time and place for that. But once it comes to the things that we seeing, like it's getting more influenced by children. We got grown adults showing this to children. Like, you understand what I'm saying? You gonna allow your children to talk about sucking D or shooting people up at that age? No, they shouldn't be talking about that. But once again, people gonna have that same argument like, yo, this entertainment. Understand that shit, but we don't have to support it. And we could speak up about it. We could talk about it like now we don't want it. You know what I mean? So I get in the Arie. Some people don't want to be free. Some people are fucking slaves. You know what I mean? Some people would sell a soul or still are selling a soul. And I don't understand why people don't understand that with her. But I'm gonna let you talk, Kawon. That's all I had to say on that for now. But I'm gonna be back.
Nah, I'm honestly I'm confused on what the outrage is because everybody's trying to outrage each other when it comes to this type of stuff. Didn't we just have a record a few years ago called WAP? You know what I'm saying? That with Cardi and Megan and all that stuff. So it's like I don't get it. I honestly I think, and then again I think it's a marketing move too. You know what I'm saying? I believe that there's some seeds that got to plant it on the record side that stirred up this controversy because the more you talk about it, the more people stream it, that type of stuff. So that's always my first place I go to when it, because she's not saying anything different that I haven't heard before. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like she's reinventing the wheel on a type of record that it is. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think it's a record planting the seeds to get controversy started and get people to listen to the record type of thing. But it's nothing that's I haven't heard before in my life that's making me clutch my pearls kind of thing with it. And again, I'm not responsible for anybody else's kids. I can't take care of nobody else's kids. So again, like you said, it's up to parents who want to be responsible parents not to allow their kids to take in this content. But everybody's on social media, so you really can't stop it. But I'm honestly just confused on where this came from because it's like one day I didn't hear about it, then the next day, like you said, everybody was talking about it, and Arie and this, that, and the other, and I'm just kind of like, first of all, why are we comparing Arie to Young Miami? You know what I'm saying? Because that's apples to like bananas. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I'm just confused on where it came from and why all a certain outrage. Once
I could tell you.
Yeah,
I could tell you. It started really bringing awareness when they started, like, a lot of children videos of them singing it was circulating around the internet. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
but that's
And
nothing new though. I haven't seen like kids do that. Like you see that all the time when it comes to these records. So I'm just confused on why this is the one everybody wants to draw their line in the sand of, oh, we're doing too much now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of, to me, it's weird that all of a sudden this is the record that everybody wants to clutch their pearls on.
I think it's a combination of a lot of things. You know what I mean? We use the word black fatigue. There's a lot of things that have been going on with race right now. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So if I could think of it, people probably looking at the aspect of like, yo, we got all this shit going on, then we got this music going on. That's really continue to destroy us. And I mean, it's gonna come to a time and place where people are gonna get tired of it. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And we do have the internet, so some people just, you right, got fake outrages because they want to be in the algorithm to make money off this shit. So I understand that shit, and some people really do care. Like, you understand what I'm saying? When you got a person like as powerful as Arie, especially the message that she bring, like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, once a person like that says something, her supporters gonna come out. You know what I mean? Then you're gonna have the other people that's like, yo, like the people that defend Diddy in a sense, like, yo, oh, so he do that. It's gonna be people that's gonna defend her because or this music. So I get all parts, but once again, from my point of view, I think people really started talking about it because I seen multiple like car full of kids, like taking them on a fucking road trip on the school bus and they got that shit blasting and they I don't know, but everybody could choose what they
Yeah.
want to choose. But I
Yeah.
guess we got rid of Sexy Red, so and
Yeah.
Sukiana, so they like, yo, now we don't need that.
Yeah, but it's just like every other trend. It's not gonna last long. So if you give energy to it and you fan the
True.
fire, it's gonna blow. So if you just ignore it, like if they reach out to people who you want to comment about it, I was like, I don't have a comment about it. It's not for me to comment on that because it's not my music. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just like haters, man. You gotta kill them with ignoring them. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as you give any energy to it, it gives it more life and it adds on to it. So that's just me. I don't listen to her, so I would never bring it up. I don't even want to listen to the record, but I'm just confused on why this is the one that everybody's going crazy over.
Yeah, and it's like to be honest with you, it's hard not to speak on it because it's like, yo, even if you don't want to talk about it, somebody can be like, yo, you heard this? So it's like, yo, what you talking about? Then it's like you force, especially if we in this field that we doing, it's like they're gonna tell us. So we just forced to what's in it. Then I heard it a lot because, like I said, is this other dude? His name is Primo. I don't know if he a content creator. He do music too. He call himself Mr. Spinner. He like a professional street gambler, like roll dice and shit like that. So I thought he was on that shit at first because I heard him saying that shit, but then I started saying her shit, and I'm like, yo, that shit is catchy. It is a catchy song. Don't get me wrong. It is a catchy song. Me being an entertainer. And me, if she was under my label, I'm gonna push that shit. It's catchy. I'm gonna make some money off it. I don't give a fuck who care about it really. And like you said, it is gonna die down. And once it die down, it's over. But why not speak on it? You know what I mean? Why, if you got a voice, if you feel some type of way, I feel like you got the choice. Well, you should speak on it if you feel some type of way. I feel like nobody should hold in something they don't like. You know what I mean? Because once again, as I stated at the beginning, there's nothing wrong with critiquing somebody's art. If you don't want nobody to critique your art, don't put it out there. Keep it to self. That's all I'm saying. But I'm done with her. I'm gonna let Karev. I took too much time. My bad. I just had to get that out of me.
So the drums rugged and everybody in the chat. I think my issue with the Young Miami song is not with Young Miami. I think what it is the people that push the music. Because at the end of the day, every genre of music had music that was effed up, that had effed up things. Let me tell y'all something, yo. Who was the girl who said she had nipples the size of quarters? Who was that chick? Lucille Bogan. Lucille Bogan. Lucille Bogan made music back in the days of James Brown and all of them. And she was talking about getting her cat and her box shot up and ate every song. So we had music like that back then, right? We had the Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown movement, right? That people blame on them and say that it's over-sexualization, right? But I think the most alarming thing about the song is when the children got held to it. And people were letting their children rhyme this. And then it came on the heels. The song blew up on the heels of Cyrus Belton Carmack, rest in peace, getting shot in the back. You know what I'm saying? That's why people are talking about this, because it's a song about theft and people holding theft up as like something to be proud of. And the sad part is, I don't know if y'all know this. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. People are stupid. Just keep it real with y'all. And when they, and especially, I ain't gonna say, people are stupid. And when something's catchy, people will go out and do this. When this song came out, there has been an uptick in Target, Walmart. They're blaming the song for this. I'm not saying this is true or not. I'm just telling you what's in the media.
Fuck both of them.
Pretty much. But there's an uptick in theft in the stores, and it was mothers and children stealing out of the stores. There was an uptick in theft where a mother and her child made videos with the bags they stole and got arrested. And one thing I'm gonna tell y'all, because it's easy to say women or kids, because there's some men out there that just do dumb stuff. And what they do is they act on things they see, and if it has a catchy beat, they take on that personality. So is it really Young Miami's fault? No. I really blame the industry that pushes the music that gets these sheeple induced with it. Arie made one statement, and that was correct. Not everybody cares to be free. Because the Bible also tells you that ignorance is bliss. And people who are dumb as shit are usually the happiest people in the world because they don't have no cares in life.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares realistically. And I'm not saying black people or whatever. I'm telling y'all, most people don't care about their children. They care about themselves and let their children fall in place. I'm not saying all, I'm telling you most. And I'm being honest, especially with streamer reality now, the Truman Show that we living in. We had a woman who left her, she got arrested for leaving her child unattended in a car while she went into the club to party for an hour. We have people who are leaving their children to go overseas and getting BBLs, or we have this lie about men who don't take care of their children. There are some, don't get me wrong, but we have this thing that people believe is a perceptive reality. We just had a case where a young man, a 1-year-old boy was shot because a clerk said the parent stole, and the cop shot up the driver's van, and the cop shot the car and killed the 1-year-old boy off of stealing, boosting, scamming, whatever. And that part of our culture now being brought back into the forefront is something that people who look down on us are going to use as fuel to hate us even more, or say, look, y'all saying about thieves, y'all scamming, y'all boosting, go in your Gilliard bag, right? And that's where I think it crosses the lines, because everything in America comes down to race. I'll bring it down to sex, because they have the YN movement, and that's cooled down. Because if y'all notice, when they said the YN movement, it was wearing quarter zips and going to Starbucks, and that drill music start going crazy, going down, you start seeing an uptick in ignorant ass women in music. So it's like something's always pushing a negative vibration in the community, and they use music to do it. You said we got Sexy Red out of here? Good. Get her the fuck out of here. We got I ain't said we ain't get Ice Spice out. And maybe she will grow. Maybe Sexy Red and them will grow with their music. I don't know.
Ice Spice is out on her own self. She don't do music.
Well, here's the thing though. There's always going to be another one that they're going to prop up to be the negative queen that's going to take the ignorant of our people and put them in the forefront. Because remember, we don't own the media that we're on or that we're using. And when people who are in control the narrative, get your butt done, be a hood rat, be a hoe, be a killer, be a gangster, be an absentee father or mother, party. Don't worry about politics. Don't worry about things that matter with your children, congressionals, nothing. Don't worry about your diet. Don't worry about nothing. Just have fun. And the thing is, this fun party culture is not her fault. But Sheik made a point. I said, I quote Ice Cube all the time. Some rappers are heaven sent, but self-destruction don't pay the fucking rent. And as much as positive music we want the celebrities to put into our children, I'll just say, give your children positive messages yourself and don't let them rely on this shit. Because at the end of the day, if you keep asking your master to save you, you will never be saved. And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, we gotta leave. We gotta stop putting that responsibility on the entertainers, because that's all it is at the end of the day, is them entertaining people. So I think for people to try to hold them accountable and not their own selves and their own families and their elders and their family circle, that's crazy to me. That's why, like I said, this is why I get so confused when it comes to this type of stuff, because I'm like, I monitor as much as I can for my kids, and when I do hear something wild, I sit and have that conversation with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you don't want to listen to this because blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? We got to stop putting all of this on these entertainers and just let them be entertainers and stop giving that power to them. And I know that's like throwing a pebble in the lake, you know what I'm saying, to try that. But that's just got to be the thought process. Because like I said, I don't get surprised what I see and hear, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't see this type of outrage in movies when these type of movies come out, or you don't see this type of outrage in, any other type of stuff. But when it comes to rap music and hip hop music, they want us to be the ones who have to be the most accountable for everything, and that's just crazy to me.
Nah, but the movie thing is, we already know they actors. Like, you know, we already know they playing a role, so we can already program our brain to know that. But when these artists, especially today, we talking about today music. We ain't talking about like back in the day. Today music is reality. They talk about, they say this who they is, so they got to stand on that shit. I can't separate. If you telling me this who you is on a record, I'm gonna hold you on that. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Either way, I can't have no empathy. You know what I mean? This how people have empathy for Diddy. Oh, he's Diddy. Nah, fuck it. You that type of person, I'm gonna hold you accountable on that. That's just how I personally feel. But like, when it comes to Young Miami, I already know who she is. I'm not blaming her because I already know this is the type of music she makes. She make that ratchet type of fucking music. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day. But I strongly believe, like I said, it's black fatigue. And I do believe that it could be more Lauryn Hills. It could be Queen Latifah's. We got to have people to support them. Like, yeah, at the end of the day, people love that ratchet shit. Like, and that's the thing. Just like people love smoking, people love drinking, people love one night stands. A lot of people into that wild life these days. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But once again, as you the consumer, you choose what you want to look at and listen to. You know what I mean? But once again, we only talk about this shit because we're in this space. If we wasn't in this space, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't have to listen to it. That's just me personally. But I get both. I get all sides though.
But Joe, let me bring this up because y'all brought out two great points. I think what it comes to is acceptance and desensitization. Yeah, let me ask you a question. Do y'all like Batman?
Like, what you mean?
Y'all Batman fans?
In general,
I look at it, but I don't want to say I'm a fan. I look at Batman, but I don't want to say.
Did you see the one that everybody loves with the Joker in it?
I think when
The Dark Knight. Yeah.
I seen that, in the movie, yo.
Great movie, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Did you notice only black people got murdered in that movie?
I didn't even notice.
So that was gonna be my point, that Batman always picks on the underprivileged. Yeah.
Nah,
but think about that. He had every black man in the movie got shot in the face. They don't even white men that really died with the ones with the mask on. You didn't see them. But the black men got shot in the face, and he had a black boss get killed. We didn't see him die, but he gets killed on camera. And then his men had to fight for survival like dogs. They was on all fours, and they had to kill each other to survive. Think about that. And people, there was no outrage for that, right? Because they like Batman. Then check this out. When it comes to music, this is a Clive Davis conversation, and I didn't want to talk about Clive Davis. I want to fuck Clive Davis people. Yeah, he put black people into music, but I don't know, cause like the conversations of Clive Davis and Leora Cohen and I'm gonna make money off of y'all paying and don't give a fuck about y'all because my kids gotta eat.
Absolutely.
That's where I have an issue with this because, like I said, I'm not mad at Young Miami. I'm mad at the women who make these songs that lie to the women in our community. Because like I said, I don't want to say women are dumb. I don't want to say that because that's so wrong. But there's a lot of women who see stuff and act on these songs. Call Tyrone was a fucking women's national anthem at one time, right? Am I lying? And it was a song. So then when you have, I'm not saying every woman saying spin that and giving it to their kids. But when you look at the majority of these videos, these are women doing this, right? And you're talking about music is reality and people giving you the truth. Most of these fucking women are in relationships with rich dudes who's giving them money and taking care of them, where they got these broke, unintelligent, stupid ass women talking about spin that. And they're saying how men ain't ish, but these women go home to men and they make fun of the women and thank them for furnishing a lifestyle for them to make fun of the people that's dumb as shit, doing dumb stuff while they don't have to. That's the thing that bothers me. That's why I can't get too mad at Young Miami, because of all the acts we have, we know Beyonce, we know who the fuck else? Rihanna. That's two women, right? But how many people know Kendrick, the Family Soul, and they talk about togetherness and family? You feel me? How many of us really know? How many of us celebrate Amel LaRue from Groove Theory? How many of us celebrate?
Right.
But we don't celebrate them. We may know of them, but we don't celebrate their music. Why? Because the people in control, and in charge, don't want positive imagery out. They don't want us to hear positivity. And here's another thing, and I'll bring this up when I talk about control. In China, kids cannot use social media until a certain age because they said TikTok and other social media is socially, it degenerates. It makes degenerates of society. They said they have a limit on it, and if children do have access to social media, it's filtered only so it's positive reinforcement. In school, when you go to China and Japan, they have headbands that talk about the importance of education, community, and learning. Here, because these motherfuckers is rich, don't give a damn and want to use you, bloodsuckers of the poor, vampires, monsters. They want people to be fucked up mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, all that. They want you broken so they can take control of you. So once again, is the issue to spin that song, or is the issue people not seeing the play of the enemy that's in front of them that wants to fuck them up, and people not controlling their diet of what they see, hear, listen to, and take and ingest, and what they give to their children? I think the issue is bigger. I don't call Young Miami the villain. I think she's the pawn in a bigger game that people are not acknowledging, and that's fucked up.
Yeah, but this the thing. People shouldn't allow their children to listen to if they feel some type of way about it. Like, anybody that ever been to Miami knows it's a party city. All them type of people, them scammers, them drug dealers, all the people go down there to spend that money, go trick it off, go to strip clubs, liquor, rent luxury vehicles out there. They go out there to use drugs and all that stuff. So she made that because she's from Miami. She made that based off of that. You know what I mean? Because she already knew it was gonna be an anthem for where she from. But the internet and TikTok and all the social media made it bigger. So she capitalizing on it, but she got to take the backlash because it's her song, like at the end of the day. But I'm pretty sure it's not getting to her because, once again, anybody know how the media work and algorithm and social media? Every time y'all bring that song up, she's gonna get bigger and richer, and the person that's behind it is gonna continue to market and put it in people's face. You know what I mean? But I'm happy that we had this conversation because this is the last time I'm gonna be talking about it. So I'm not gonna help her get rich. You know what I mean?
I'm willing to bet that I'm willing to bet that the fake outrage is connected to people who have nothing to do with the culture. Who it reminds me of like Black Lives Matter. How everybody was screaming Black Lives Matter, but nobody really cared about that. So I think at the end of the day, like you said, it's somebody to get their social media up so they can show the fake outrage and they're gonna move on to the next thing. So it's just a waste of time to me. To me, it's just a waste of time of getting angry over this.
You see me? I want to say, but I'm not. I'm going to say, shout out to Drums Ruggy. He said, all I'm hearing is the same complaints about different artists year after year. A few years back, it was Sexy Red. Our generation was Too Live Crew and Too Short. We should all move on, shaking my head. But you know what? Because it's news, we can't move on. And to give Drums Rugged credit, it wasn't as big as an issue as it is then because everything's freely accessible and digital. Which goes into our next topic. The gaming industry is going digital too. And people are mad because things that they bought, they don't own. Everything's for lease. Just like your music, ladies and gentlemen. Because if you don't own the music and they shut down these streaming services, Sony, Microsoft, they have already told you they're going to get rid of the movies that you purchase. They're going to get rid of the games that you purchase. And you're leasing them. You don't own them. And they're going to stop the used game trade market. You can't trade games in for money anymore. They're increasing the price of systems and games. And now we're getting to the point where we are losing our medium for entertainment daily because somebody else is in control. What do y'all think about that?
Fuck them. I mean, if I gotta lease movies and shit, I might as well just continue to stream on Hulu and Netflix and shit and Tubi. That shit free. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So I think some people just gotta stop worshiping these companies because the people that's really gonna be upset is the true gamers and the people that stand in fucking lines for hours to get these shits. I don't give a fuck, really, to be honest with you. Like, don't get me wrong, when I was younger, I grew up with a cousin that was like pretty much a brother, and I got an older brother and younger brother. So we grew up in the same household. So we played video games around that time. You know what I mean? Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. We was in a golden era for everything. So we had all that shit. But as I got older, when it's time to go outside, that game stayed in this. I was outside playing and shit like that. So I never grew up to be a gamer. But once I got a little older, I played a little bit, but I never became one of the people like, damn, I'm a gamer. So me, I don't really give a fuck. But for if I had to, it's kind of fucked up because it's like you taking away history because if some people keep their games, some people got the Sega Genesis and they could bring it out and show it to their son or their grandson. Look, yo, this shit still work. So you taking away that shit, like all that digital shit. If it's a hack, if the power go off or something like that, or they put something in your shit to fuck it up, what's they call
the bullets
hacker,
and the updates.
hacker.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking like a hacker. A hacker game shit is over.
Yeah, that's facts.
Like, you know what I mean? I miss blowing on the cartridges or putting alcohol on my CD shits and put my shit in. I miss that shit, but that's all I got to speak on that game. I'm not a gamer, so it ain't really hurting me. I don't care.
So, first of all, shameless plug. If you get DJ Kawon, Boom Bap alumni, the CD is available. You get the album version and you get the instrumental version. This is only available on CD, so this isn't on streaming. You know what I'm saying? Once you get it, and it's yours. You own this. This is your property. You know what I'm saying? That's what's important to me because, like Seek brought up earlier, and I'm gonna tell a quick story after this about my son. We grew up in the best era, man, because we had the Nintendo when it jumped off. We had Sega, we had Atari, we had all of that stuff, right? And the best part was ripping open that package and getting the cartridges or going to KB Toy Store or wherever to go get you a new game for your birthday or Christmas, you know, that type of stuff. And it's just something about having that physical or having a shelf with all your games on there so your homies can come over and they can look at all your joints that you got, right? And a lot of these gaming companies now are owned by this current administration's business partners, family members, and all that stuff, right? So with everything becoming streaming now, you're opening up your system and your Wi-Fi to them getting into your system to hack and pull up what kind of information they want. That's the big play for me that I see is because homie's son-in-law, I think, partnered up with the people over there in Saudi Arabia to buy the company that owns like EA Sports and all that type of stuff, which is like Madden, Live, 2K and all that type of stuff. So you as a consumer, you think, oh, I just got a game, I'm playing, yada, yada, yada. But now they have access to get into your system and see what you're doing, probably turn on your microphone and hear you and all that stuff. So it's kind of a dangerous, slippery slope. Whereas before, like you said, if you had that offline disc where you didn't have to connect to the internet, you could load it in, play your game, take it to your homie house, go play over there. They don't want that now. They want everybody to basically rent a license because they can cut that license at any point for any reason now. They can dismiss you. They can cut you off the server if they feel like they want to. And it's unfortunate, man. And I do play games too. I still play games to kind of relax every once in a while. And it's making me rethink now what I'm gonna do, because I'm like, because I still buy the physical games just to have them because I'm just a collector like that. And even just from past weekend, I took my son to the record store, man, and he's just been he's a huge Michael Jackson fan, and he just kind of saw the movie, so that kind of renewed his love for Mike. So now he's like starting to buy the records again. So we got to buy him some CDs, and to see him navigate how to open it up a CD and all that stuff was pretty dope because he's never had that before, right? But the joy in his face of ripping off the plastic and opening it up and pulling out the little booklet and reading the credits and putting it in the CD player, like that's golden for me. So I hate it. You know what I'm saying? It's changing my mind as far as how I'm gonna deal with this stuff. I'm gonna forever continue to support people that does physical media. And I would even say if you're like us, if we're doing media, we need to start thinking of ways to put our content on physical media for future reference, because YouTube can shut down.
Yeah, DVDs.
YouTube may decide they don't want to go with the short form, long form anymore. They just want to be a TV station. So they're going to throw out, you know what I'm saying, all this hard work that we've done over the years. So I would definitely say if you're out there, man, and you do any form of creation of content, man, start looking at physicals to have, even if it's just to back up your stuff for yourself. Because I even seen, matter of fact, it was a guy who I guess interviewed Jay-Z back when he worked for MTV, but Paramount pulled all those feeds, you know what I'm saying, of all those interviews. And I think Jay just dropped some sort of like whatever's going on with this Reasonable Doubt. He dropped like all these like archived interviews, and the guy got to see these interviews again. He was like, "Oh man, I haven't seen these in 20-something years because Paramount pulled the video with MTV and stuff like that." So it's like you lose a lot, you know what I'm saying? So stick to the physicals as much as you can, man, and fuck anything that's streaming. That's what I stand on all that.
Word, especially books, yo. I was just talking to somebody, like, we need to keep these. Like, I grew up, my mother had a bookshelf, you know what I mean, with encyclopedias, dictionaries, books and stuff like that. Like, we need this stuff because once again, they could erase that shit, that erase history. You got this shit, I could go in there and refer to this. And I believe that they trying to go all digital because they want your data. They want to steal your data. They want to see how long you on this game, what he like about this game, what games they continue to play, so they can continue to make copies and make updates and shit. And that's what they want to do. Like, if you don't own it, oh, there's a new update. Blah, blah, blah. They want to continue to get money. Like, it's a game to keep your money. That's what people need to wake up. Fuck everybody else. These block dollars need to stay in what's in there. You know what I mean? Because everybody getting except us. You know what I mean? You just mentioned somebody in Saudi Arabia. There ain't nobody black. I'm pretty sure we pull a data up how many black and people that's in our community that use that shit. We making the motherfuckers continue to get rich, man.
You know what bothers me about everything y'all said? Kawon perfectly summed up gaming like music. It's the same shit. And the thing with your son, it's like he opened it up and saw what this was. I remember, y'all, when PlayStation 1 first came out and everything was CD, that was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Then I remember when CDs died and we went MP3 streaming. Now we're getting to the point where the CD game is dying and everything's going towards streaming. And the sad part is, it took, how long has the streaming thing been on? We've been streaming since the early 2000s, late 90s, right?
Probably right around the time the iPod and all that stuff came out.
So think about it, that's about 30 years. You mean to tell me in 2028 we're gonna wait till about 2058 for the physical game to come back? Think about that shit, y'all. Because physicals come back because they're heirlooms, right? The vinyl industry came back. We're gonna see a time when, like right now, I'm scrambling to find games that I used to have for my personal collection. I got 50 Cent Bulletproof again, right? I can't find 50 Cent Blood in the Sand. Def Jam Vendetta is like $100, and Def Jam Fight for New York is $250. And these are used, opened up. You see what I'm saying? They have a significant value to them. And like games, I guess, are the same thing. Like if you like, I can tell y'all, I seen somebody selling the first Legend of Zelda, the gold cartridge, for over $200. So if things have that type of value, what are we going to see when the games start disappearing? What is Best Buy going to do? What is Target? What is all Walmart? What is all them going to do? Because remember Sam Goody? Sam Goody don't even exist no more, right? And everybody's selling toys and pops and shit, right? I think it was atrocious that Grand Theft Auto was about to come out and they're selling empty boxes. And you go to the store, you pay $100 for an empty box with a code. So what do you do with the box? That's the dumbest shit in the world. And I got friends who love Grand Theft Auto. I tried to get into it. I cannot get into that game. I fuck with San Andreas, but I can't fuck with Grand Theft Auto. It's just not my thing. No disrespect to anybody who likes it.
Nah, that's good. That was a good series. Like, I mean, it's a good run.
I'm not mad. It's just not for me. And here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Now that the game is $100 and people went to reserve it, now y'all have just confirmed that they have the right to update the prices and make them more expensive.
They just set the market. Yeah.
Yeah. And now look, now they already said the new PlayStation is going to be $1,200. It could be. I'm sorry, $1,000 to $1,200. And the reason why Sony wants to go digital only is because here's the new excuse. They want to do that because it cuts the price down of the systems because a disk drive will make it cost more. So y'all see what I'm saying? So now look, the price go up because the chips are more expensive. They take away the disk drive. But look, you also got to buy memory because these things don't come full of memory. So you're still buying stuff for your system. And at the end of the day, I look at it like if you lose your media, you lose a very important part of ownership in yourself. Check this out, y'all. Did y'all know that the reruns that they show on the Cosby Show, they're edited, and if you had the original DVD, it's different?
Yep.
Just like if you own the DVDs of Def Comedy Jam, you own the music. On streaming, you don't get the music because it's a Def Jam catalog, and they didn't pay them for that. Martin, one of my favorite TV show, Martin. If you watch Martin on BET or HBO Max, that's not the original Fox 5 version of Martin. You don't have the crowd reactions, you don't have some of the cut scenes, you don't have a lot of that stuff. So it's very interesting that if they could take away the shows, they're going to take away the movies, they're going to take away the gaming. They're controlling all media, which means your entertainment and your learning is going to be induced by somebody else. Television, a live vision. There's going to be something that's going to play with your mind. And if we don't own and have control of the things that we partake, and entertain ourselves with, we could fall to somebody else's idea of entertainment and see how that influences us. Seek, what you want to say?
Nah, that's why they got to support the Mic Council. You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
People got to just step away from the bigger platforms. I feel like social media is a gift and a curse, but now you have a choice to go look at what you want to look at. Like, you understand what I'm saying? We ain't got to go to CBS and these big platforms no more. You know what I mean? Because the people is in the community. The funny people is in the community. They start from somewhere. You know what I mean? So that's what type of time I'm on. You know what I mean? I ain't into like the big shows. I couldn't even catch it with Power. Like I'm fucking probably 4 years behind. So I'm not that type of person. I'm into like what I'm into, like funny shit, you know what I mean? Music and some good movies. I'm getting back into go to the movies. You know what I mean? Now the movies open. A lot of people don't do that shit because they got so used to Netflix and chill and all that shit. It's good to actually go to the movies, especially if there's gonna be some good movies out. So once again, choose what you want to listen to and take in and believe as an adult. Like, you know what I mean? Once again, I said earlier, arrested development. A lot of people in our community suffer from that shit. You know what I mean? People still in the club. Like, I ain't expecting nobody. You can live your life how you want to live your life, but if you 45 and got a family, my nigga, like, get that shit up. Move on. We got a whole life to live. When it's all said and done, when my expiration date, Seek gonna be in the club. I'm trying to be somewhere on a fucking island. He died on an island at the beach with a baddie.
All right. Man told you what it is. Shout out to the baddie in the club. On the beach. Shout it out.
Not the baddies that they think about. I'm talking about, I mean, not a fair, natural baddie.
A respectful baddie. Respectful
Exactly.
baddie.
Exactly.
No matter how you put it, you still gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
Should I be wealthy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's true.
Reading his book.
Exactly. She already in it. She already is. She already got her bread. You know what I mean? That's what a respectful baddie is. She got her own bread. She don't need me.
I have nothing cool to say. This is their show. This is their show. I'm cool. For real. But yo,
all the respectful baddies, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to all the ladies out there that support the Mic Council. You know what I'm saying? But before we get out of here, y'all, we're going to finish the show on a high note. This is America's 250th birthday. And talking about what we've talked about today, we should end the show off on a very insightful and positive note. Would y'all like me to start it, or do y'all want to start it?
No, you might start it. You got the rock in your hand.
That's what I'm talking about. So I want to put something up on the screen if y'all don't mind. I want to give a shout out to everybody out there that gives a damn about not only themselves, our children, our legacy, our values. You know, there's a picture I have. I'm trying to find it for y'all. Gentlemen, y'all know what that is, correct?
It's the Black American flag, right?
That's exactly what it is. In 1967, Melvin Charles designed this flag. Melvin Charles is from Newark, New Jersey. It was designed by Melvin Charles and Gleason T. Jackson. All right. The gold, black, and red flag is a flag that is relevant to Black Americans, and it's special to me because there was a song that said every nation has a flag but the Black American. And these gentlemen said that we need our own flag too. They made this flag and said that we have a representation. I've heard West Indian people, I've heard a whole lot of people make fun of American Black folks and say we don't have an identity, we don't have a culture. Fuck them, by the way. And those in hip hop who say that too, fuck you. I meant that too. We have so many people who try to destroy our culture. Number one, if you're a Black American, red, black, and green is not our flag. That's Pan-Africanism. All y'all with the fake Juneteenth flags, there's red, yellow, blue, whatever that shit, red, yellow, black, or green. That's not our flag. This is our flag. Shout out to In the A Zone. He says swords up means war, swords down mean peace. Well, I will say this. This flag needs to be incorporated just as important to us as the American flag, because as great of a country America is, what does this country represent to us who are in the land of the free, where this is the home of the slave? What does our flag mean when you have pride and people get on you for not showing that pride, or people want to make fun of you for not knowing of your pride? I teach at a school. We had a Black History play, and I brought this flag out, and a lot of people didn't know what this flag meant, and that's very sad. As much as America has taken, copied, and tried to destroy the legacy of my people, our people, Black people of this country, so-called Black people, the indigenous people of this country, I fly this flag in pride. There's a woman named Mona Leo. She made a song where she talked about this flag, and she wore it proudly in her video. The most important thing we could do as people is to represent and not complain. Fuck the Young Miami song. Now fuck My Young Miami, but fuck that song. Fuck people taking digital media from us. Fuck those people who try to tell you who you are. You will always be who you say you are, and represent yourself, your people, your love for others. Represent that proudly. So this flag for me means something very special. So in celebration of American 250, the stars and stripes, that's a beautiful thing. It was a flag that was won and flown with the blood of my uncles, with the blood of my great-grandfather, with the blood of my people all over this land. Through theft, robbery, bigotry, racism, hatred. That's their story. But ours is survival, celebration, continuance to represent God, to love each other in the midst of the evil that surround us, and always staying true to who we are, what we represent, which is love. And to anybody out there who says Black people in America don't have a culture, we have no values, we have nothing to hold on to, I would just say fuck you and stay out of my country if you don't like it. May the Most High bless you, and I'll pass the mic. Peace.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so for July 4th weekend, as I've grown older, you know, it means more different things to me now than it used to as a kid, you know, because you learn more as you grow old. And man, the Black American flag reminds me of my ancestors. It reminds me of, you know, I'm born and raised in New York, but my roots are Orangeburg, South Carolina. Santee, South Carolina, the Geechee Gullah culture. That's where a lot of my family is from. So when I see that, I think about that, man. I think about my great grandmother who passed a few years ago at the age of 103, who had stories to tell, who lived through everything. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Black culture, she lived through the Jim Crow era. She lived through the racism. She lived through lynchings. She lived through sharecropping. You know what I'm saying? She lived through Obama being president. You know what I'm saying? She lived through Trump's coming in. So she's a part of America. She's been there, and that's not too far removed. You know what I'm saying? She was a granddaughter of a slave. You know what I'm saying? So those stories, she was telling those stories. I remember her grandfather. I remember her father living in South Carolina and sharecropping and you know, being forced to leave because her husband was a carpenter who people were jealous of because he had his own craft and they threatened to kill him. So they had to pack everything up overnight and come up north to New York to migrate. So um, our culture, the native culture, the natives that who've been in this country is intertwined with this country's history, whether they want to admit it or not, whether they want to give credit or not. That's not their job. That's our job, right? It's our job to tell the story and stop seeking validation from other people and giving props to us. Like we need to keep telling these stories. We need to keep, like Zeke said, we need to keep books and read books and pass those stories on to the kiddos so they know what's going on, man. And then that's just when this time comes around every year, man. It's just time for me to spend time with my family. That's how I view it. I don't view it like everybody else does and how I used to. So I'm actually happy now that the Black American culture is celebrating the Juneteenth and being more open to what's not been handed down to us as kids, and we're starting to explore a lot of other things, and it's a beautiful thing to see. And hopefully someday soon, the next generation and generation after that, they get louder with these stories, and we can have that stuff documented the right way. You know what I mean?
All right, so I was just thinking the other day as we was coming to the celebration of 250 years, and I'm sitting over here about to be 42, and I'm like, damn, yo, we was really not that. It wasn't really that long ago. I mean, 100 years is obviously a long time ago, but in the sense of me being 42, it wasn't. You know what I mean? I want to say holidays ain't ever been the same for me in a while. Like, you understand? I used to love, even as I got older, love Thanksgiving, you know what I mean, Christmas, because family are coming together. It seems like family don't even want to come together for those holidays no more. And I think that's something we should really get back to, especially with all this stuff that's happening in the world, especially when it comes to race, killings, domestic violence. Even if it's black on black crime, it's still a lot of shit that's going on that I'm seeing, especially when it comes to social media, and it's in my backyard. I'm like, damn, imagine I didn't have it. So when it came to 4th of July, as I could think when I was a kid, I just loved it for the fireworks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And as a kid, you being with your sibling, oh my God, look, look, look. You know what I mean? And when you get older and you have children, you want to take your children to see it. But now it's like, yo, like, you don't even want to fucking do it because it's just like people going to buy fireworks and do that shit. You know what I mean? And I think that's another holiday where it's just they want you to spend. You know what I mean? It's a waste of money. You know, buying fireworks and all this other shit. So this 4th of July, I didn't do nothing, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? It was too damn hot. That's number one. It's a heat wave. Like, and I'm like, yo, it's something that always happen. Like somebody always getting shot at something that's happened. Nobody want to have a good time no more, especially in large crowds when there's alcohol and drugs involved. Let's be realistic. I don't want to be a party pooper, but me personally, I got a family. I got children. You know what I mean? They need me. You know what I mean? I ain't with all that big crowd shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go. We're gonna have a good time. We out of here. I see y'all. I ain't staying to the end no more. That used to be me back in the day. But when it comes to the 4th of July, as I got older, I understood what it was built off, and I definitely don't support that shit. That shit is another day to me. You know what I mean? Only holidays I really care about is Thanksgiving and Christmas. Not because you gotta buy people, but I feel like those time you come together before the year's about to be over. We could talk about what the hell, what was going on. Like, damn, I had a rough ass year. You know what I mean? Laugh a little bit and bring out old shit. You know what I mean? It might be the same shit, but this old shit is gonna make you laugh and make you reminisce and have you feel like nostalgia shit. You know what I mean? But to end this show, I do want to say peace and love, you know what I mean? Respect to everybody that been supporting us, you know what I mean? No matter if you've been here consistently or you just pop in, every comment, we appreciate that, you know what I mean? Every like, share, we appreciate that, you know what I mean? And I know in reality, everybody going through what they're going through, but don't give up, man. We all going through some shit. Phone a friend, you know what I mean? Hit me up. I'm able to talk, you know what I mean? I'm a talker, you know what I mean? I can't let you borrow nothing because I don't have it right now, but If you need somebody to talk you for you making the wrong choice, holla at us, man. Because at the end of the day, it's somebody that loves you that needs you, yo. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
All right, so let's end the show off the way we always do. Kawon.
It should be only one thing that everybody in here is got in their rotation. I'm gonna let Kawon.
That's it right there. Yeah.
Boom Bap Alumni is out now, man. We dropped it last week. If you get the CD, you get a double CD with that. You know what I'm saying? The album version, instrumental version. The tapes are still in production. So hopefully we'll get those here the next week or so. Just dropped the animated video with my man Notes 82, Lobby Story. Animated by my man Hostiles. We got the alumni posse cut ready to roll. It's just a matter of when we're going to drop it. I want to let Lobby Story breathe a little bit. I got the clips for my man Ace Wonder penmanship, so that's going to be dropping soon.
That's fine.
My man Lindor and S are working on their joint on the low, and we're trying to get Bad Seed and Lindor together so they can record for their joint. So
that's fire.
We keep going, man. So the album is available on djkawonmusic.com, or you can go to Bandcamp and look up Mad Good Records. It's available there. Either way, it'll get to me. So I appreciate the plug. Again, Boom Bap Alumni out now. I'm plugging this for the rest of the year. This ain't going nowhere. So get used to this. The album cover, get used to that face right there. That's the grumpy old that's the grumpy old Kawon right there putting this album together. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Nah, peace and love. That should be in everybody rotation, man. Anybody that's watching, support our brother. Like, you understand what I'm saying? He really putting his heart and soul. He care about the culture. He care about hip hop. You know what I mean? So if you want to listen to some great music, make sure you tap in. That's it. I ain't listening to nobody else shit until we get a good listen. Then hopefully next Sunday, if we on here, we could talk about it. We could give our feedback. You know what I mean? What we enjoyed about it and things in that nature. If you don't mind, Kawon.
That's cool with you, Kawon?
Let's do it.
So we're going to end this show off. My last comment for the show is, ladies and gentlemen, go where you're celebrated, not tolerated.
Absolutely.
Go where people love you. Don't go to fit in. Because at the end of the day, those are lessons that we learn constantly in America, in America 250. There's people who smile in your face, talk dirty behind your back. Find your tribe and stay there. And guess what? Pain is universal and love is relative. But sometimes you don't get love from your relative. Make sure you find AL's bar, right? Niggas want me to write bars. They want me to write songs again. Nah,
they said Big Daddy Kane challenge. That's what they said.
To you, not me.
No, they tell me right now. Like,
yeah, they didn't.
I see that right there. Yeah, Big Daddy Kane Karev. There you go.
Nice. Shout out to Freaka. Shout out to Drums Rugged. Shout out to A. Shout out everybody in the chat. But come on, how about this? Since we're gonna leave on the rotation, can we play the video to end the show?
Yeah, go for it, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen it, oh, come on, you introduce it. Go ahead.
Which one we playing? Lobby Story?
That's right.
This is Lobby Story featuring my man Notes 82. It is a storytelling record. So my man Hostiles, everything's animated. There's no AI involved. He drew every character in there and he animated it himself. If you're into that type of stuff, this is kind of like the hip hop version of like Roger Rabbit, if y'all remember that movie.
That's funny.
Facts.
And most importantly, y'all, may the Most High bless y'all. Peace. Oh, no. And go make sure you subscribe to DJ Kawon's page so you can see this video and more. Make sure you go to Hello Effect, subscribe to his page. You see his interviews and more. And of course, subscribe to Heritage Hip-Hop, because at the end of the day, this show, these platforms run because of you. Thank you for watching. Peace and enjoy the presentation. I know y'all can hear me. I'm getting it though.
I'm about to say I don't see nothing.
Here we go. That's good, Kawon?
Yeah, we good.
All right. Shout out to Notes 82.
Listen up, I got a story to tell.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen. Standing in the lobby, seen a fiend smoking Lottie. The smoke from the pipe had his mind feeling groggy. I'm thinking to myself, he's about to catch a body. Walked out the building, heard a scream from the lobby. Somebody let it go, the bullets out the shotty. Homie by the store, heard the shots, his name is Tommy. Cops rushed the building with intents to catch somebody. Just the other night, while standing in the lobby, Tommy from the corner was talking to a zombie. Tommy made it clear with no money, look, I'm sorry. My price is my price and free is not an option. Gotta move sales, put some money in my pocket. Red top, blue top, whatever, I'm a profit. Started scaling weed, now the fiends need some option. Hard white powder, but the streets was really watching. D's by the spot, watching Tommy as he moved. Wait, the zombie that I mentioned was an undercover cop face. Shots from the builder was Tommy's little brother Hank. Zombie had a gun in the badge, now a wild chase. Zombie really close, so Hank really bust back. The zombie bust the shot, and Hank had to duck that, ran by the corner. Hank had to think fast, the zombie bust the shot, and bullets from the gun blast hit Tommy running. Blah, 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 blah. Trauma from the blast had Tommy really dumping. War with police is another problem coming. The zombie from the lobby was a pig undercover. The pig was a fiend and he tried to rob Tommy. Hank bust the shot and hit the pig running. Tommy on the ground with Hank right beside him. Tommy said leave before the D's came through. Before Hank could leave, he said it was over truth. I was the one snitcher. Lobby had a bug too. The pig that you shot is an undercover fed too. Tommy took a breath, the life from his body moved. Hank looked around, he seen it was over now. With all that said, Hank closed his eyes, awoke from a dream that he had in the lobby, fam.
Tommy ain't my motherfucking boy. I got a story to tell. Tommy ain't my motherfucking boy. I got a story to tell. Tommy ain't my motherfucking boy. I got a story to tell. Tommy ain't my motherfucking boy. Listen up, I got a story to tell.
Thank you and good night. We are Heritage Hip-Hop.
Real hip-hop. Real hip-hop. We here. Real hip-hop. For real.